Would I be an a-hole for calling off my engagement after my fiance basically said I'm not exciting? 29 know this may sound like a huge overreaction on my part, but my head has been ringing ever since this happened. I've been engaged to my fiance, 28 for a few months now. We had dated for just shy of 2 years prior to that. It would be cliché to say everything was going great, but for the most part it was good. My family really took a liking to her, which was also really great. Now I've never been the one to think too much about how I'm viewed as a partner, but all of that changed recently. I basically overheard her on the phone, telling her friend that if she wants to find the one, excitement isn't important. She basically said, me, isn't exciting, but he makes me feel safe, and that's when I realized I wanted to settle down with him. This hit me kinda hard. Reddit, I've read these types of posts before. You know, the whole, she goes for bad boys then settles with a safe schmuck type of thing. But I don't think that's what she meant, so the day after I just straight up told her that I overheard her talking about me and that I don't understand what she meant by not finding my exciting. She then told me that it's true that she doesn't find me exciting, but that doesn't matter. I honestly felt very hurt. Maybe my ego is fragile. But it was a surprise to me because I felt like the way I see myself in my head was colliding with how she sees me, and it made me feel spaced out. I asked her what she means by not finding my exciting, and she didn't seem to know how to even answer. She could see I was upset, and as pathetic as this sounds, I made an excuse to leave and said we'll talk about it later. Ever since then, my head has been spinning. I ride motorcycles. I have tattoos. I go to the gym. I do MMA as a hobby. So how is it that I'm not the exciting guy? I've always seen myself as being that exciting guy. My ex was basically obsessed with me and constantly made it clear she found me exciting. But MW, now fiance, doesn't see me as exciting for whatever reason. I was honestly shocked because I felt my sense of self kinda crumble. And what made it worse is I am excited by her. When I see her, I want to rip her clothes off, I want to do things, I think about her. But she seemingly doesn't see me the same way at all. As crazy as this sounds, I have considered calling off the engagement entirely. Am I being crazy here? Relevant comments. Comments. NTA for having feelings, but I would explore it with her. A long-term partner tends to be a stable partner. Life is at times a roller coaster, but it shouldn't always be high-stakes action. I'm not sure what she defines as exciting, but explore that with her. It sounds like she loves you and feels safe, and that is what a partner should be, home. I'd suggest even premarital counseling, so you can navigate this with someone whom is neutral and can help guide the discussion. Comment. I wouldn't call my person exciting either. We're active and have fun and do things. We're not cliff diving or jumping out of planes, which is how I would define exciting, I guess, in terms of how OP is defining it. But I feel understood, and safe and loved unconditionally. I'm happy. I enjoy and look forward to being together. Is looking forward to spending time together exciting? Yes. I agree that they need to explore this more, as it's likely a miscommunication on their definition. Comment. I know this is a trope, but couples counseling and put a pause on wedding planning. This is exactly what couples counseling is for. Communication issues. I asked her what she means by not finding my exciting, and she didn't seem to know how to even answer. I remember on Reddit there was a story a while back where basically the poster posted that they didn't love their spouse, they were only with them because they were a good provider. People in the comments questioned her, and it turned out she had this weird and impossible fairy tale idea of what love is supposed to feel like, and the more she spoke the more people were saying, that's what love is. You love him. Maybe your definition of excitement and hers are different. At the moment you're swimming in your own head with your, and only your, definition of that word. You need to understand her definition. You'd be an asshole to yourself if you break this off without trying. Don't throw this relationship away until you both agree on the definition of words. Update. The last few days have been a roller coaster of emotions. There were a lot of interesting perspectives, from both male and female posters. It seems that the female posters said that being seen as safe is a really great compliment. Whereas the male posters said I should run for the hills. Certainly an intriguing insight into how men and women see things differently. So I ended up talking to my fiancée about what she meant. She seemed really nervous and knew that she had upset me. I have to admit, I was quite nervous too. It's not easy when your sense of self has crumbled. Learning that you aren't seen in the way you think you are, is a very tough feeling. I can't describe it, but it made me really feel fragile. In the truest sense of the word. I started by telling her that I was really upset about her comment because frankly, I had always thought I was that exciting guy to her. I told her that in my mind, I was the guy who makes her heart skip a beat. So I had to brace myself and ask again what she meant when she said I wasn't exciting. She looked like she wanted to cry because I guess she could sense I was also upset. She said that she didn't want to hurt my feelings but that I make her feel very safe and secure, and that with me, I'm not exciting in the sense that I don't give her thrills like her exes used to. Man, that hurt, but I was still confused. I had to ask she was being what really she meant by thrills, and she just began crying and apologizing. She tried to hug me but I again walked out. I seem to do this when things get emotional. So I decided to take some shrooms and spend the day outside at a nearby lake. This helped me clear my mind and come to some devastating realizations about myself. I think what I realized was that I was lying to myself. Another commenter said it, which I didn't want to admit, which is I'm more into her than she is into me. I didn't disclose this on my first thread, but she never initiates sex. I don't think she's done that once. With my exes, they always initiated with me. You see, my fiance is beautiful, to the point where I wonder how I landed her. But you see, that was the issue. Because I was so attracted to her, I wanted her approval. I know that sounds pathetic, but I was able to overlook red flags such as her lack of initiating sex. I thought if I stayed with her, she'd like me the way I like her. Now here's the kicker. I thought that, if I proposed to her, then over time I could win her over. I've been with women who were madly into me, and my fiancé just didn't behave like them at all. In addition to never initiating, she never complimented me much. It was always one-sided. A lot of this begs to question, why would she even be with me? I think that, she saw me as someone who could provide stability. And I guess, maybe she thought my exterior, tattoos, motorcycles, MMA, craft beer, was a facade. I mean, maybe she was kinda right. Not that I don't enjoy those things, I do. But I am able to have that lifestyle because my parents are wealthy doctors. Maybe she thought I was cosplaying as a bad boy, and that in actuality I am a loaded rich kid who provides stability. The other insight I had was that, truth be told, I didn't want to actually get married. I definitely do one day, but I didn't really think it through. I thought to myself, that if I propose, I will grow accustomed to the idea of getting married. But the truth is, I kind of want to continue my lifestyle as it is. Which involves riding my motorcycle, fixing muscle cars, traveling across the country, going to festivals, etc. Do I want to get married one day? Of course. But I want to be with a woman who is really crazy about me. Someone who compliments me a lot, initiates sex, etc. So I ended up talking with her later on and telling her that I want to call things off and end things. I won't bore with details, but yes, she cried a lot, even got angry, said I wasted her time. I told her that it wasn't anything she did, but she didn't buy that and kept pressing. She told me that I misunderstood her comment, but I told her she couldn't even clarify what she thought. It ended with me telling her that I have nothing against her, but that I am just not ready for marriage. I told her that the lifestyle I want to continue in addition to me not feeling the connection I thought I had with her was why. It ended quite predictably, but I think going forward I'm going to see a therapist to sort my insecurities as well as find someone more compatible with myself. Relevant comments. Comments. She still didn't answer what the exes did that was so thrilling. I said it in your first post, and I'll say it again, some people think of toxicity as a thrill, and I have a feeling that's what it is. At least you attempted to get an answer, and sorry it wasn't the one you deserved to hear. Feeling loved and safe is an important feeling, and it's what set my partner apart from me. Definitely didn't make him boring. Please don't change yourself on account of her crap mindset. I laughed when she said you wasted her time. The lady doth project too much. Comment. Yeah, there's definitely some people who get weirdly addicted to the toxicity. They think it's thrilling and exciting. Comment. For what it's worth, I think you made the right call. My husband makes me feel more safe than I can ever describe in words. I also can't keep my hands off of him, and every single day doing mundane things seems together feels happy and exciting. Those two things are not and should not be mutually exclusive.